Today, I need to try and go get contacts, but I also am filming a full day of eating and it's weigh-in Wednesday, so excited to be sharing all of the things with you. Let's dive into some breakfast, which I have yet to make. Oh, by the way, I'm Aprilauren. Welcome to my channel, Wake Up Bright, where I share all the things that help me live each day a little brighter. I'm Aprilauren and I'm on a journey to lose 200 pounds. I have lost right at 90 pounds. I have right at 110 pounds to go, and I'm hoping that this is the week for me. I have not done the weigh-in portion of this video yet, so I just know that this day of eating is going to be Wednesday's video, and so I'm like, last week was low. This week I'm like, am I gonna hit 90? I better hit 90. I better hit 90. So we'll see how this goes. Let's get some breakfast. I'm gonna interrupt today's video before we even get started to talk about today's sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by GlassesUSA.com. By cutting out the middleman, GlassesUSA.com offers 10,000 prescription glasses and sunglasses from both in-house brands like Amelia E and Muse, and designer brands like Ray-Ban, Oakley, Gucci, Tom Ford, my favorite, and other designer brands at up to 70% off of retail cost. I said earlier that I need to get my contacts, and that is very, very true. I love glasses, but I also love having contacts. And the cool thing about GlassesUSA.com is that you can also order contacts through them at 25% off retail prices, and that is really good for my pocketbook. Also, it is a risk-free shopping experience, meaning that I order my glasses. If I don't like them, I have 14 days to send them back. Shipping to me, free shipping for the return, 14 days risk-free, which I really like. Also, my Amelia E, the little tortoise ones, got the blue light blocking on them, and you can kind of see, reflects blue a little bit, but I love these. When I'm editing a lot, these are the ones that I wear. With these, I also got the transitions. So these will transition if it's very bright outside, and I really like that. And these, and all of these I got, so these are the ones that I bought in 2020. I love how flat they get. I always had I'm very blind. Like, I cannot drive, I cannot see your face across the room. You have no face if you're standing across the room for me. And so I've always had to get like really thick Coke bottle size glasses, but I have all of these awesome options to get thin lenses, and I love it. I love it. And then I was able to get sunglasses that are prescription, because that's one reason why I always feel so pressed to have contacts, is because I've never had prescription, and I didn't even realize that I could get Tom Ford sunglasses prescription. So that's on my reward list. Maybe that's what I'll give myself when I get 100 pounds down, is some Tom Ford sunglasses prescription style. If you're feeling overwhelmed by all of the choices, I know it took me a couple days to narrow my choices down, and I got 3 glasses. They do have a quiz, and the quiz, you go through and you answer different questions, and it really helps you narrow down your choices on what's best for you. They also have this feature where you can upload yourself and then put the glasses on you. Doing that virtual try on is really helpful. I would just go ahead and put these on for you too. I love these sunglasses. I also got like the polarizing effect, so it's pretty awesome. I really, really enjoy it. So the colors that you get for your polarized lenses actually matters. If you would like to order your pair of glasses or sunglasses today from GlassesUSA.com, see the link in the description below. In this video, we are going to talk a little bit about why I meal prep later in the video, and right now I'm just making some eggs. I love putting red pepper flakes and pepper in my eggs, and then I usually put a little bit of salt, but that's the majority of what I do with the eggs, and then that's just how I eat them. I used to put Cholula in my eggs, I still love that, but lately this has been my go-to. So here we have a crap ton of watermelon, and then I have 200 milligrams of, or 200 grams, whatever. I have 200 grams of egg whites. 1 serving of this Colby Jack cheese, a little less than 1 serving. So 1 serving is 28, and I have 24 grams. So today is a busy day. I've got to go try and get contacts. I've got about 1,000 other things on my list. So coming up, I am going to Austin, Texas, and I'm going to DC, and that is definitely my comfort zone. So it's going to be a challenge to stay in a calorie deficit, not eat out. Like my goal is to eat out as little as possible. So I'm interested to see how that goes. I am such a homebody. Like I like to be at home. So I'm gonna finish my breakfast and then I'm gonna go do some cardio. So I should have done the cardio first, but I'm hungry.
Getting out of your comfort zone can be really, really good. So I'm really looking forward to going to Austin. I'm looking forward to then going from Austin to DC. And I shared with y'all recently that we're going to go to a military ball. So I'm pretty excited about that. And yeah, new things, doing new things. And I haven't traveled. I have not traveled in this way in a long time. I have not been on an airplane in over a year. So longer than that. I love that the more I do this, the easier it gets. I do still feel like the first 10 minutes every single time I do this, I want to stop. But after about usually like 8 to 10 minutes, I'm good and I could do it for a long time. So I am very grateful for my little treadmill setup and for this workout. I feel like it's making me more powerful and it's definitely helping me along.
I've been trying to do the treadmill most days. I hate it, but it is a good workout. And in July, we have something planned and I need to be walking at an incline. So that's why I keep doing it, even though I don't particularly like it. If I didn't have plans coming up in July, then I'd be like, I'm not doing this. But it's good for me because it gives me double motivation. Double motivation to walk. All right, beautiful people. So my workout obviously was complete. I'm about to go downstairs, check and see if the husband would like something to eat, and I'm gonna grab a meal prep. Me and Miss Chippy have been upstairs working. I am headed out of town. I think I've already talked about that once in this video. And I just have a lot of work to do. So hopped on the treadmill, did my treadmill thing. Then I got cleaned up. I got some awesome hairspray so that when I curl my hair, the humidity doesn't ruin it. That didn't work. That did not work. So we have that ball coming up too, and I'm so excited. So, but I'm trying to find something that might work for my hair, and frizzies wasn't it, I guess. So if you have suggestions, it won't be too late for the ball, but drop them down below. I would love to. Actually, it might not be too late. I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below and I will run out to Ulta or Sephora or CVS, wherever, and try and get it. Anyway, let's go see if my husband is hungry, because I bet that he is. He's been so quiet today. Are you hungry?
Yeah. So this is not actually his meal prep. This is the meal prep that I grabbed for me, but I love having it. It makes things so much easier for us. When I am working out, I have work stuff I need to do, especially on days like today where he's home. It's easier to manage and easier to not be so distracted. So I'm easily distracted, and once I get off track, like, it's very hard for me to refocus and continue to be productive. So having stuff like meal prep, it just limits the time and it limits me having to focus or make decisions.
There are a lot of reasons to meal prep. One, you could have tasty, awesome meals in just a few minutes. Two, my number one being, like, you can have good tasty meals in just a couple of minutes, is that it saves time. This past meal prep that I did was a little longer than most. Usually it's just like a couple hours of cooking, cleaning, and putting everything away. And what that allows me to do is kind of compartmentalize my time. And then I portion everything out. So everything is already portioned, and it just saves me time in the long run. So editing takes me a long time. The more graphics, especially if it's a new type of video, it can take me over 12 hours to make a video. So, and that includes like getting the music together, which I could spend more time. So all of that to say, if I'm gonna have a day where I know I'm gonna be editing a lot, having meals ready to go is important. But it's not just about me, it's also about my husband. And he eats a lot. So every time he comes home, he needs to eat. So he gets up, he goes to PT. He comes home and he needs breakfast, and then he goes to work and he comes home for lunch, or I send him to work with lunch is what I've been doing for the most part. But he comes home and he needs to eat, and then he goes back to work, or he comes home from work at the end of the day and the first thing he wants to do is eat before he goes and works out, and then he goes and works out, and then he wants to eat. And then he's like, what's for dinner? So going back to yummy, tasty meal prep. We have goals, we eat differently, it is convenient. So the number 2 reason that I like to meal prep is that it helps us stay on budget for a couple reasons. One, I go to the grocery store, I get all of the ingredients, and then I cook. So I've already made the meals I know for the week, like we're taken care of. Keeps me from going to the grocery store multiple times. Saves us from eating out, like having the meals prepped and ready to go. I know I'm sending my husband to work with an option or 2. Sometimes I send multiple, sometimes he eats multiple. Sometimes he's at work and he has somebody that's there that they have a tight schedule, they don't have time to go get something to eat, and he's got an extra meal that he can share. It works for us. So it's convenient, it saves us time. It's convenient, it saves us money, and helps us stay on our budget. A phenomenal budget saver meal prep is. The 3rd reason that I like to meal prep, I have ADD. I've had ADD my whole life. I was diagnosed as a kid, but as a young adult, I was diagnosed again. And when I told, I was like, Mom, told me that I have this. She's like, I know, like you always have that. All of that to say, I have ADD, and with ADD, I get hyper fixated on things. I get hyper fixated and I will sit there and edit a video without going to the bathroom, without eating, without doing anything for hours and hours and hours because I hyper fixate. So having allows me to grab something if I do something like that. It takes away some of the argument that I have when I'm like, oh, I'm hungry. And then I'm like, ignore it. I forgot that I'm hungry. Like, squirrel. I don't put myself in situations when I have meal prep where I'm really hungry and there isn't anything, there's bad choices, or even there's healthy choices, I overeat. Having things meal prepped is just very helpful for me and the way my mind works. I like that it encourages me to get outside of my comfort zone and try different recipes that I would never ever try. My husband encouraged me with the Greg Doucette stuff, and that it just got my gears turning. I'm like, what can I actually make? Like, well, that will taste good and be healthy and help me on my goals. And the most important reason why I meal prep is because I want to, and to eat my meal prep. And then we're gonna walk the pups.
Prepping and scheduling out my meals is something, it's a work in progress. I'm not perfect at it, and there are definitely lots of things that I could do better, but it is making my life so much smoother, just having routines like meal prepping once a week, having that, and then planning out the meals that I'm going to cook. If we have like our anniversary or something else where we know we're going to be eating out, like it's just helping me plan things and kind of compartmentalizing it, so I'm doing it all at one time, so I'm not having to go back and make the same decisions over and over and over again because I get distracted and then I don't, and then I make bad choices. So this is just helping me along my way. Come on.
No chips. So most places are not taking new clients, and so I was like Walmart, but Walmart didn't have any open appointments, so no contacts today. But I was able to get an appointment in Austin, so I'm gonna go get my contact prescription refilled there, hopefully get a pair of contacts, and that'll be be great. I wish I would have realized that I didn't have any contacts because I've been wearing my glasses, I don't know, it's been almost like a month that I almost only have worn glasses. I thought I had a whole nother box, but I thought wrong. I thought wrong. Oh shit. Side? You would go home? Pretty girl. Leave it. Do you like the kitty? Do you like the kitty? Had a little cat showdown. That cat, it constantly gets attention from me. She's always in our yard and I love her. And so I think she was like torn. She's like, do I get out of the road? Or do I get loves from the human that I like? And so she just stayed, so. Anyway, we're walking. Sweet baby boo. Sweet baby boo.
Another reason that I like to meal prep is, and I think I may have touched on this earlier, but I make my husband different foods than me sometimes. And so I do not enjoy cooking. I think I've made that clear. I think I've talked about that. I'm not a good cook. I don't enjoy it. It's not a pleasurable thing for me. But I make most of our meals, and this day he needed to carb load for a race. And so I was making him a really pasta heavy, like a pretty well balanced meal, but it was not something that I was going to eat. And so having meal prep just helps me so much.
Yeah, but the question with you obviously becomes the travel, the difference in meal the difference in setup is he prepared.
Alright, is it done?
Can't get on your arm. And then they've been really familiarized with the North American race. We don't know. Here's my storyline to watch tonight.
The pasta is al dente. Alright, so here we have my husband's race evening chicken fettuccine Alfredo. And then we have my meal prep. Yum! So, there we go. Dinner is served. And I don't have to make 2 dinners. Alrighty, so we are about to watch something, or part of something for me, on TV. I'm gonna eat my meal prep. He is gonna eat his massive bowl of pasta. We're gonna see if he likes it. I feel like I did a really good job because of the seasonings that I put in it. So I hope that it's really good. We'll see. And I need to make the pups their food too, so fun times. Oh, you come running for that, huh? Yeah, she comes running for that. Yeah? Oh, you good girl. Oh, you.
Hunter and then a lot of the Europeans are really coming off that skier as well. Whereas some of the North American men are sitting back.
Which is exactly what that dark horse rumor said, which is Hunter's trying to end this in the first 7 minutes.
So we're watching the High Rocks. And Lady in the White is 8 months on the far left, is 8 months pregnant. 8 months. She is getting it. Like, this is amazing. Man, the girls is like an all-out battle, huh?
Yeah. Never expected someone to complain about was that the poles are too high.
Yeah, I actually am a fan of that elbowing because we're able.
So I did not think I was going to be sitting here very long, but I am. I got sucked into watching this. It's the World Championships. So Hunter McIntyre just crossed the finish line, but he has a minute penalty. So I seriously doubt anyone is going to come in within a minute of him. And the one person that might also has a minute penalty. So just interesting to watch. Crazy. These athletes are crazy. And I saw too, there are two pregnant ladies. There are two pregnant ladies racing. Like full belly pregnant ladies. The one is 8 months, and that's just insane and amazing. I mean, I've heard of people like running marathons and stuff quite pregnant, and I love it. I love to hear it. So it's pretty cool to watch it. All right, so I am going to eat a meal prepped keto. Yum. So I kind of overcooked it in the microwave. I need to air fry it. Someone suggested air frying them to heat them up. I thought that was a great idea. So eventually that's gonna happen, but until then, I'm eating my crusty taquito.
So I love eating this, the cottage cheese with the sugar-free preserves, and it is just so good. Don't knock it until you try it. Also, just the cottage cheese and berries is really good. And great for post-workout.
All right, so I don't have any protein pudding because I haven't meal prepped it in like a week and a half, 2 weeks. And I didn't want to prep any close to, I guess I could have just made one serving, but I didn't want to. So I'm just doing cottage cheese, red raspberry preserve. So it'll be a good little nightcap, wrap up this full day of eating.
And don't think I forgot, it is weigh-in Wednesday, but before we go there, seriously, give this a shot if you haven't. It's so, so good.
I wanted to do this week's weigh-in Wednesday update. The loss of a little over 2 pounds, and I am officially 90 pounds down. I'm so excited.
This week I weighed in at 261.2. I just see it so much in my face. I love how much I can see my weight loss on a daily basis. Even though I only lost a few pounds last month, I see changes, and it makes me so happy. And I feel like this is a little bit of redemption for me in my mind, because that was hard. Last month's results scale-wise were hard, but non-scale-wise it was amazing from, the self-sabotage and stuff. But if you would like to follow along on my journey, click that subscribe button, ding the bell so you'll be notified. And if you want to order some glasses from GlassesUSA.com, then click the link in the description below. See you next time.